Hi. I was a very disconnected city girl. So sad to say that. I truly believed that milk was developed in these milk packs, that vegetables were grown in the freezers of these large supermarkets. I believed that apples were being made on these plastic plates so we could easily take them home. I was fascinated by these plates. I didn't care about the apples that actually made me grow. So as a student, I knew there was more to be discovered, and I started traveling around the world. And it was only when I set foot at this one particular farm that was growing things in a biodynamic, organic way that I understood I knew shit. I entered, and what I saw there was a connected image. I felt insects buzzing around. I felt all kinds of trees growing and making the food that I was so curious about. I was actually walking around and I saw that there was no waste whatsoever because everything was put back on that land, either to feed animals or to use as fencing or to put back on the soils, to make them better again, to grow the food again. I was in disbelief, I was speechless, because that was what I was looking for. I was connected, and I was just part of that whole ecosystem. When I was back home in this city town, I lost that connection. And it would take me 10 years to discover that connection again. And it would take me 10 years to realize that these farms' principle will be my guiding lines. So when I was back, I also thought, okay, kids have to realize this, and they cannot go thinking that milk is developed in a milk pack. So I started developing all kinds of educational programs to teach kids what to do with these resources. Through gamified experiences, I created programs so kids could reuse their materials again in schools. They were super excited. 50 schools joined. But what happened was actually they got frustrated because their amazing ideas and their hopes and the resources they envisioned for that wonderful furniture piece was thrown in that garbage. So I thought, I have to quit this and start develop garbage bins. Because if we could develop very smart, very usable, made from recycled material garbage bins, we could help people store their materials at homes. So no waste has to be made. Lots of these bins were sold. We got people excited all over the place. But also I realized that this is not the way to go. I discovered that when I was contacted by a diaper recycler who said, guys, you have wonderful bins. Let's start collecting diapers to be recycled again into all kinds of materials. They want to use organics from there, from the poop. They wanted to get plastics out of them. They wanted to reuse the paper again. It sounded fantastic. We wanted to join. We started collecting the materials, and we started bringing them clean diapers again. It worked out very nicely, as a lot of people wanted to join. Until I got a phone call from the municipality, telling me that we have to stop this experiment if we didn't want to be sued. Because actually, we were taking their property, their waste materials, away from them. I was speechless, and we had to stop. I was happy that I didn't have to smell that poop again, but I was also very frustrated. It took me quite some time to realize actually what happened the last years. And I learned a lot of things. I learned that we have to keep our hands off the municipality waste. I learned that still 70% to this date of all municipality waste in cities is being wasted, being incinerated, burned. And I also learned that there are so many incredible initiatives who want to have these organic materials that we are just waste, to reuse it again. And what I also realized is that it's not only about this waste system, but that it's a round, it's a circle. Materials come from somewhere. I realized that we are importing oils from Brazil, compost from Poland. We are importing plastics from oils made from the Middle East. 400,000 tons of materials are coming in a city in the Netherlands. 180,000 tons of those materials are being wasted. It's incredible. And I knew we needed to do something with this. So, as I was home, I started to realize that everything is connected. I started seeing these amazing pictures of materials being collected, peels, oranges, coffee grinds, beer waste, everything could be collected in the city, put in hubs, stored in hubs, and then reused again by local initiatives to bring products back again. It was possible to make every spot in the city that's not being used, like rooftops, like empty parking lots, and bring those back into our city as city farms. I thought this could work, but I knew I couldn't pull this off by myself. I needed a strong team that could help me. So I contacted Bas van Abel, who lived around the corner, but who was busy changing another wasteful system, an unfair system of electronics. But while he was setting up his company, the Fairphone, he was doing something with resources worldwide. So I knew that he would be engaged in changing a wasteful system in our backyard. He played hard to get. It took me months to get him on board, but eventually we did sign our incorporation of our company, The Clique. And other team members wanted to join, who actually knew stuff about creating a mushroom farm, doing city logistics, marketing, law. And together, we started our new adventure. We started piloting with 10 restaurants. We needed to engage with a very cool program to separate their waste streams at the source. They were eager to join. One didn't have any space for recycling materials, so they converted their piano into an organic collector. So after we were running these experiments, more and more companies wanted to join, from big corporates to shopping malls, who believed that they could spend their money on a better circular model than the one that just wastes their resources. And after a few months, we saw an increase in the quality and the quantity we were collecting. We saw that we actually collected amazing value out of these organics. And we needed to start a physical hub right here in the city. We started taking these materials into our city hub, and we needed initiatives who could use them to make products again. We got in touch with a lot of initiatives. Some needed the peels to squeeze the oils out of them so they can be transformed into ethereal oils to be used for soaps again. Others wanted the coffee grinds to create mushrooms from, or to make bioplastics. Others again wanted the spent beer grain, like bakers, to make delicious breads. And others, again, like beer brewers, wanted the leftover bread to make delicious beers. The compost could be made from the organic leftovers that were in abundance. So we could grow our local teas that we consume, so that we can grow vegetables that we eat. Right now, Bas was supposed to be here with me, as you heard, but couldn't make it today. He is here with us, almost live, to give you a glimpse of what's going on our local farm. This is going on our local farm. Bas, are you there?
Hey guys, I'm Bas. And while Anja is doing all the hard work, I'm having all the fun here. Because I'm standing here next to our composting machine. To be honest, it smells a bit like shit here, which is kind of logical because we're digesting stuff here. And the great thing is we put all our organics here, which we can't use for other purposes, but we also mix it with the cardboards we get from our customers. So this is where, where you could say the magic shit happens. So let me give you a bit of a tour as well on where we are. So this is the hub. This is our playground. This is where we make cool stuff. It's still you know, at the start, but we believe that we can really build something super beautiful out of this. And we're already started. So I'll give you a bit of insight here, what we get from our customers, because here it smells actually quite nice, because we have all these oranges and orange juice that we get from our customers, which we cool in this container. And that's the key. You have to keep things cooled when you don't want it to start growing by itself. Besides that, we have our vehicles, of course, which we use to collect all this stuff. So this is one of the vehicles we use, especially designed to be able to separate all the waste and make sure that nothing gets wasted and we can use it as resources. Yeah, I think one thing I'd really like to show you is that with the compost we make, behind me you see all this green nice stuff. And that is actually stuff that grows on the compost that we've created ourselves with the machine. And we're growing tea here. So you see here, this beautiful flowers and everything. We're going to harvest that and make sure that that tea gets made from it with our partner. And this tea we will be able to sell back to the restaurants as well. So they have tea grown on their own composting material, which is pretty cool, I think. So last thing I want to show you, this stuff here. It's Anja actually who put that here. It's it's vegetables, and vegetables we're growing for ourselves, and I got really excited about it. Anja as well. I hope her kids actually like it as well, because they're probably eating for weeks already all kinds of vegetables from our own yard. But I think it's a good start, and of course we will grow this bigger and bigger. We have a lot of space here, as you see, a lot of space where you can still expand and make beautiful stuff as well. So good luck on stage, Anja, and see you later.
So thanks, Bas. So while we just started developing this first local farm, our ambitions are high. We want to collect 100 100,000 kilo of materials each month. We want to expand to 5 cities in the Netherlands in the coming year. And our goal is to inspire and to co-found these local hubs, these farms everywhere around the world. And it might sound like a stretch for just one company to accomplish. But actually, I have to say that this all comes together, and I'm so proud of that, because so many companies join in, so many individuals join in and say, we want a different future. We want different lives for both our cities and for our families and kids. We don't want to be dependent on these ego-driven systems, and we want to create eco-interdependent ones who trust each other and who feel this connection. And I also want to say that I want a better future for my twin girls. I want them to grow up in a city where they know that apples are not grown on these plates, where they know that the apples come right from their backyard. And I want to invite you to keep enjoying, keep eating, keep drinking, and keep celebrating city life. But to also be aware that when you are consuming, you're also producing valuable resources. So when you're at a supermarket, when you're at work, when you're at schools, engage them and tell them that their organics can be reused over and over again. Thank you.